In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my pros and cons on the brand new Motorola Moto G 2026 edition. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. We have the brand new Moto G 2026 edition right here in the house. And this device has been out for a few weeks now. So in this video, I'm going to tell you some things I like about this device. And of course, some things that I dislike about this device. And as always, if you guys have your own pros and cons, leave them in the comment section down below. Alright everyone, so starting off with the pros on this device, first and foremost, the first pro has to be the affordability of this device. This is currently $199 right now, which is honestly a really good deal. I even believe it's a better deal than the Moto G Play 2026, that's $179. You get some really good stuff inside of here now. You get a decent processor, but you do get double the storage in this device now. You get 30-watt charging, a 5200 milliamp battery inside of here, and overall this is a very solid package for the price tag of $199. So you don't really have to invest a ton of money into a phone anymore to get something very solid. Also, the display is pretty decent on here as well, even though it's only 720p, still looks very good. It's 120 hertz as well, and we also get 1000 nits peak brightness on this. Next pro is going to have to be that we have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on here. Very surprised that they did come out with this in 2026. I love to see it. Obviously, a lot of audiophiles out there that have, triple driver or quad driver earbuds are very thankful for this, and I am too. So it's just another way to listen to music and media and stuff like that. Very grateful that Motorola chose to spare the budget crowd out here with that 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. The next pro has to be the storage on this device. Last year we got a minuscule 64 gigabytes of internal storage, and on the Moto G 2026 we get double that, so we get 128 gigabytes of internal storage. Amazing to see that. Another add-on to this, we also get expandable storage. So if you guys want to pop in a micro SD card into this device, you guys can go ahead and do that. So amazing to see that we have expandable storage and double the storage of last year. Definitely one of the greatest upgrades this device received. Next pro has to be the 5200 milliamp battery inside of here. Amazing battery life on this device. If you are a power user, if you're that person that's constantly on their phone throughout the workday or school day, this is going to be the phone for you. This has 5200 milliamps inside of here. It also charges up fairly quick for a $200 phone at 30 watts, so that's another big up for this device. But it's really nice to see we have a solid 5200 milliamp battery coming from a 5000 milliamp battery the year prior. The last and final pro about this device has to be the design language. And honestly, I'm going to say something here. I feel like this device is the sexiest, nicest design language in a device that's sub $300. This has one of the coolest backs right here with that eco leather. Very grippy, very tactile, but it also looks super elegant. It looks very nice. It doesn't look like a $200 device. So if you're out walking around, you pull out this phone, people aren't going to think that this was $199. So very good build quality on here, especially considering that this is made out of plastic on the chassis of this. Other than that, I really do like this orchid color right here. Really nice looking color, and they also came out with, I think, Pantone Cashmere or something like that, which is a little bit of a lighter color, but Motorola has been coming with the heat. And the other cool thing about this device as well is the accents. As you guys know, we get that matte orchid back on here, but also we get the metallic accents that match the color on the side and of course on that Motorola emblem and around the camera modules. So they did really pay attention to detail when it came to the design language of this phone, and I think Motorola did an excellent job on a $200 device right here. So amazing design language for this price tag. All right, everyone, so getting into the dreaded cons on the Moto G 2026. First and foremost, I think this one's obvious, but we have a 720p display on here. Now, this is not a bad display. Don't get me wrong, this isn't a bad display at all. I feel like for the majority of people out there, for your average consumer out there, you guys are not going to tell the difference between this and a 1080p display. Also, we get 120 hertz refresh rate. We get 1000 nits peak brightness. So this is a solid display for the price tag. I just wish they bumped it up to 1080p and maybe gave this an AMOLED display. I think this is something that may happen next year. I just think IPS LCD is kind of outdated. But yeah, 720p in 2026 isn't that appetizing, but it does still look good, so I'm not going to really knock it too much. Just surprised that they still had that on here. And the last con on this device, I think you guys saw it coming, but it is the software support. We have Android 16 out of the box. Love to see it, but we only have 2 years of operating system updates and 3 years of security patches from what I've seen so far. So not the greatest update policy in the world, and Motorola has done this in the past. I don't know why they're not getting a better update policy, considering that, Samsung with the Galaxy A16 and the A17 that just recently came out, those devices get 7 years of operating system updates. So for this one to get 2, not too much support on here, and I think that's the lack of chipset that's inside of here. Of course, we have the MediaTek Dimensity 6300 once again inside this device. So, maybe that's the reason. They know this can't keep up for more than 2 years. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I just thought that the update policy should be a little bit better than 2 years, considering you get a full 7 in all of Samsung's devices and, even Google's devices out there as well with the Pixel 9a. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Those were my pros and cons on the brand new Moto G 2026 edition. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. This has been Stefan from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.